A sweet story out of Sandstone, Minnesota tonight. After crews at the Wildcat Sanctuary, they reunited a young lion with his parents. Now this is Kiros, a young male African lion. The Wildcat Sanctuary rescued his parents, Carl and Kim, last July, and those two lions came from Canada, where they were neglected, inbred, and moved around. Well, months after those two were rescued, the Wildcat Sanctuary was contacted about a young lion found, and through records, staff were able to figure out that Kiros was actually Carl and Kim's lost cub. After permit approval, the Wildcat Sanctuary brought Kiros to his new home in Sandstone with his parents. Now Kiros lives in a natural habitat where he can be with other lions, including mom and dad.